Yo, what up, though? J. Roos Theory in the building. Let's talk some more. What? Heavyweight boxing. What's up to my pugilism planet out there? From the West Coast to all around the map. Almost said globe, but I don't think it's a globe. You know, I'm one of those. Hey, what's up? TS Boxing in the house. Could you connect? What's up to all my people out there? What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all can hit me with any of your pugilism questions, classic matchups, and everything. I'll wait for a few of you to come on in. Shout out to California, IA, Southeast San Diego. There you go. Shout out to Compton, South Central, Emerald Hills, all the areas in Southeast San Diego, Mission Valley, Chula Vista, the South Bay, San Ysidro, Linda Vista. Let's see what else. Lemon Grove. You know, man, Tierra Santa, Fashion Valley. You get that thing figured out for the live? Nah, man. Nah, man. I actually forgot about it when I got off the live, but I'm definitely gonna do it though. Shout out to the Blue Baron. He says, "Yo, yo." Shout out to you, Blue Baron, TS Boxing, Emmanuel Broderick's. Yeah, let's just go ahead and hop into it. Emmanuel Broderick's is talking about AJ, who recently was saying he's got 2 years left if his body holds up. You know, I'm sure he said if his body holds up because, you know, the dude puts in work in the gym. Emmanuel says, I don't blame AJ, though. He's made crazy amount of money in his career. True, absolutely. And that's putting it mildly. Like I said before, can you imagine calling your bank to see what you got in the account? Your checking account has $300 million. You're like, oh shoot, really? Guess we'll be going out to eat tonight, family. What did dude say? White man can't jump. We going sizzler. We going sizzler. But man, AJ got his hundreds of millions, man. Yeah, and he's a mama's boy like me. Stays with his mom, and yeah, no shame in that. He's a good guy, taking care of his mom and family. So shout out to AJ. I said in the comments on Counterpunch Boxing News. Shout out to my dude Kurt. Shout out to your boy in the bunker. Another great platform coming out. Andrew Tucker World DT3, the Boom Man. Boxing on the Edge. Oh yeah, and shout out to a new platform here on YouTube. She's a boxer herself. Her page is called Jada the Boxer, and real good platform. Go check her out. She's a follower of the Most High like myself, and you'll get some good uh, videos, some good knowledge, and you need to hear knowledge. So go subscribe to her, Jada the Boxer. She was going live today, and I was just blown away by her knowledge of the scripture. I was like, wow, they're preachers and people way older than her that don't know half of what she knows, and that's just the honest truth. She knows a whole lot, but don't you have two channels, bro? Yeah, my backup platform is in WJ, the world's most dangerous boxing platform. I'm gonna try to kind of talk more than boxing on that platform. I do it over here, I try to keep the big stuff over here and, some kind of different topics over there. Still talk boxing, but a little more wide range. Like I might talk about Stevie J calling out 50 Cent to box, which is crazy because 50 Cent has hands and 50 Cent would completely blast Stevie J. But yeah, go subscribe to my backup platform if you wish to, and WJ. If you wish to support the platform, the Cash App is $JRoos33. But let's talk about this AJ retirement talk. I said in the comments, I got sidetracked, but I said in the comments on Counterpunch Boxing News that I think AJ's career will be a lot like Lennox Lewis. He won't really be appreciated till he's retired. Nobody out here, and a lot of people in the UK didn't even really like Lennox Lewis at the time. They didn't consider him a true Brit because he won a gold medal for Canada, lived a lot of his life in Canada. But, once he retired, they're ready to claim him. So I think that's kind of how AJ's career would be. One guy was like, nah, he's more like Frank Bruno. He's talking about the build and not really that good. I was like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that he wasn't appreciated while he was here. Bruno's been looked at, highly regarded when he was around. The Battle of Britain, I'm sure most people were pulling for Frank Bruno over Lennox Lewis. But Lewis got the win. Adderee says, J. Roos, salute to you, man. Loads of people don't like AJ in Britain. Oh, is that so? When did this happen? I thought he was real liked over there. I know there was a little bit of backlash at him for some comments he made outside the ring, like regarding political things, but I did not know that. Y'all better show AJ some love. I like AJ, as you guys know. Lennox Lewis, my favorite. AJ, my favorite of this time. People used to absolutely love Frank Bruno in England. Yeah, that's what I was saying. People loved Frank Bruno when he was around. So that was a bad comparison. AJ versus Bruno, I got AJ. Frank Bruno might give him some rough couple rounds, but there was always a point in the fight where Bruno would cave in, kind of like with Lewis, Mike Tyson. Trying to think who won the fight between him and Tim Witherspoon. I know they fought too. I can't even remember who won that. But yeah, I think AJ knocks out Frank Bruno around round 8. Not trying to diss Frank. What's that? What are you talking about? I can't watch it. Watch what? Hold on just a second. I think it's because Bruno was an underdog. Yeah, a lot of people seem to root on the underdog, and very seldom was Lennox Lewis an underdog. He was probably the favorite in every fight he went through, except maybe when he rematched Rockman. TS Boxing says Bruno, I think. Oops, Witherspoon KO Bruno. I forgot, my bad. Okay, I was trying to remember. So I saw that fight not too long ago, but I couldn't remember who pulled it out. But Prime Bruno was a great fighter. He rocked Tyson in their first fight. I remember that. He gave Lewis a little bit of a problem too. Anthony Joshua versus Tim Witherspoon. I'll say a draw. AJ beats Bruno every day. Shout out to you, Mark Morris. Yeah, I got AJ over Bruno. I just think he's got too many skills for Bruno. Right back, y'all. Alrighty, I'm back, y'all. Hey, Charlene, what's up? Shout out to you from across the pond. I appreciate you tuning in. I know it's late for you out there, so I really appreciate it. Daniel Dubois versus Frank Bruno. Wow, I saw you guys see that old footage where Frank Bruno was actually working with Dubois a couple years ago. Uh, I got Dubois. I got Dubois. Late knockout, probably round 10. Some shaky moments for Dubois though in that fight. Some shaky moments for Dubois. I believe Frank might get him in a bit of trouble early on. Where the comments go? Hey, yeah, I don't know where my comments went, y'all. Where are you comments? Like, what happened? Like I can pull them up right here, but why isn't the whole country went crazy after Bruno because when Bruno became world champion, Lewis never had that same level of love in England. No, he didn't, man. He didn't have that same support in England at all because they didn't consider him a true Brit for some reason. I guess they figure. Plus, most of Lewis's fights were over here in the States. Lennox Lewis ran through America like a tsunami. So, yeah, I can kind of see where they're coming from, but now that he's retired, they want to claim the pugilist specialist. What is going on with the comments? Okay. Okay, I see it now. Hello. Lennox Roos, my son in the building, says, what are your top 3 fantasy boxing matchups that outside of the heavyweight division? I would say Canelo versus my dude Crawford. I would say Benavidez versus Canelo. And let's see. I would say just throw out the one we've been all wanting for a while, AJ Wilder. If AJ can fight. Thunder's Productions in the building said if England didn't claim him, Canada did. He won them a gold medal in the Olympics. Yeah, absolutely. That he did. If you listen to Lennox Lewis, he doesn't even really have much of a British accent. It's not near as pronounced as AJ. That's why when Americans used to try to poke fun at Lennox Lewis and they'd really exaggerate their British voice, I'm like, he don't even sound like that. Like, what are you guys hearing? It's like now my comments down here are gone, but I can see him here, so it's cool. Lewis is British, but I think he moved to Canada when he was like 11. Yeah, he moved out there when he was a youngster. Have you guys seen the documentary, The Untold Story, I think it's called, of Lennox Lewis? A lot of it is narrated by the DRE, Dr. Dre. Check it out. I knew pretty much everything there is to know about Lewis, but they did tell me a couple things I didn't know. Like some lady he used to stay with, they used to spank him for no reason, I guess just because he came in the room. I guess she figured you're not supposed to come in the room with the belt. Oh, Jada Boxer, what's up? Hey, shout out to you. I was just telling people to subscribe to your channel, and I was telling them how you got great knowledge of not only boxing but the Most High. Like you were saying stuff I've been telling people for years, and they're like, "Yeah, right, whatever." Like you were talking about my great auntie or something. She didn't teach me that. They're stuck in tradition. So y'all subscribe to Jada Boxer. She got hands and she got wisdom too. A lot of wisdom. I don't hear wisdom like this in the pulpits nowadays. I don't hear wisdom like this from people twice her age. So y'all go subscribe to her. Go jump on her live chats when she goes live. You won't be disappointed. We're just talking some boxing here, but you can hit me with anything. The Blue Baron says, "What made you become such a huge Lewis fan? Was it his style?" I don't know. I just instantly liked the dude. Like I liked his quiet presence, the way he didn't do a lot of. He just went in there and let his fist handle it. It kind of like a Ivan Drago type. Jada Boxer says yes, yes sir. That's for sure, man. All glory to God. Yeah, let them know what it is. Absolutely. Yep. It was really refreshing to hear your live stream because like I said, stuff that you were saying, I just got in we had a live debate. There's a channel called Tony's Reviews. And if you go check out his latest live stream, the last like 2 hours we were having a debate. And yeah, just we forgot boxing and we just turned it all to scripture. So it's kind of interesting. But stuff I've been saying is the things you're saying, and it's refreshing to hear that, someone knows the truth and they're not just listening. A lot of people just listen to what their pastor say or a preacher on TV and they don't look it up for themselves. They just assume, well, he's the pastor, he must be right. He went to seminary. I call it cemetery. He took some classes online. He must know. Absolutely not. You listen to half these preachers, you'll be Mach 1 on your way to hell. But y'all go subscribe to Jada Boxer, man. She really knows her. She knows what she's talking about. She says exactly. Yeah. Is there a specific time you go live, or you just let's see the emojis. Is there a specific time you go live, Jada Boxer, or you just? I just kind of pick when I'm going live. I don't have no set time. Yeah, that thing I was telling you on your live about the days of the week are even pagan, man. Like Monday means Moon Day, Thursday is like Thor's Day. So it's a lot of paganism that just crept in, and people don't question anything anymore. They just, well, my great great granddad said it, so I'm gonna stick with that. Thunders Production says, "Oh man, Jesus is Lord." Absolutely. Jay the Boxer said, I don't usually have a set time, but I'm going live again tonight at 7:30. I may push it up. Oh, okay. 7:30, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna check you out. I'm gonna check it out. Everything you say, people need to hear. And they need to hear it from someone your age too, because I see a lot of real young people out here, and they just like they don't have a clue. They just high, drunk, can hardly put a sentence together. And like I said, I'm grew up in California, so hearing all these people out here talk like that, I be right back, like that right there. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's gonna do it. Lennox Roos, my son in the building, says, how are we feeling about Jim Harbaugh so far? And then potentially getting Marvin Harrison Jr., the best wide receiver coming out of college. Oh, Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't know much about him. I know his dad, though. Yeah, we might as well take him. We don't have Keenan Allen no more. Yeah, we might as well take him. Shoot, man, I can't believe they got rid of Keenan Allen. Come on, Chargers. Blue Baron says, I think the early Christians agree with the pagans to use some of their ways. That's crazy that I don't know how they let that creep in and Catholicism and all that. Adore says Tony Tubbs versus Dillian White. I got Dillian White in a tough fight, but I got Dillian White winning that. Jay the Boxer says facts. Yeah, you guys will really find her channel enlightening and eye opening. She tells you about some stuff I know you guys didn't know about, stuff that goes on behind the scenes. You think people just get their titles by achievement? They're achieving different things that you don't know about behind the scenes. Oh, Jay, you laughing about um my southern accent when I told her like that right there? Yeah, I got White. Yeah, I got Dillian too. I think Dillian's body attack would be too much for him. Yeah, I'm hoping Dillian can muster up some wins and make a comeback because that dude's a funny guy, man. Just having him back is great to see, especially with Joseph Parker calling him out like that with that song. Anthony Joshua versus Tony Tucker. Ooh, that's a tough one, man. Ooh. Tony Tucker was tough. I saw him in person at the Lewis fight in '97. He was in attendance. Even nodded what's up to me. Like, oh, what's up, Tony? I'll say a draw, man. I don't know. Tony was tough. Tyson had a Tyson had trouble with Tony Tucker. He took a good punch too. And he's 6'5". The Blue Baron says, I personally believe in the human spirit. We're all connected in a way. Yeah, we're all connected, but there's a creator that created us. Blue Baron says Tucker. Yeah, like for instance, I did a video on atheism, how it makes no sense. That's like I always say it's like watching a movie and saying there was no director, it just came on by itself. Like nobody made this movie, it just a big bang happened and this TV show came on. Oh, for real? Really? Okay, let's go with that. Really, atheism to me is just an excuse to sin without answering for your sins. You want to be able to do what you want and not have to answer for it, but that's not going to happen, and they'll see someday on Judgment Day. No, I say keep that same energy. Thunders Productions says Jersey Joe Walcott versus Usyk at cruiserweight. Ooh, I got Usyk, man. I haven't even seen that much of Jersey Joe Walcott, but from what I have seen, I got to go with Usyk, man. I think Usyk is a tough dude, and he's not as small as everybody thinks, man. I know we're in the era of dudes being like 6'8", 280, but 6'3", 220-ish is a good size. It's a good size. Riddick Bowe versus I got Riddick Bowe. Man, Riddick Bowe Riddick Bowe's uppercut was nice, and we all know Dillian White cannot take an uppercut, especially from Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe is the bigger man, at least in terms of height. He was comes in around upper 240s. Yeah, I got Riddick Bowe huge, maybe like four rounds. I don't know to this day if Dillian White has figured out how to stop an uppercut. He should have a whole training camp of how do I stop the uppercut. Bo would destroy White. Yeah, I say so too. Jay the boxer said Bo all day. Yeah, absolutely. Riddick Big Daddy Bo all day on that one. He just had way too much skill. His jab was nice, fought good for a big man on the inside. Yeah, Dillian would have all types of trouble. Best chance Dillian White would have would be, going to the body, but I don't even think that would work. If I was fighting Dillian, I would just like unload some uppercuts because one of them's gonna connect. The Blue Baron says they're at different levels. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if Riddick Bowe could have been more disciplined, with his eating habits and training, he could have been talked about in the same sentence with Lennox Lewis rather than the fact that he ducked Lewis. He got his Daffy on. He ducked Lewis. Lennox Roos, my son, in the building, baby. Says George Foreman versus Mike Tyson. I got George Foreman. I think Mike Tyson might pick Foreman too. The Blue Baron says Foreman. I think Foreman was even Mike Tyson said George Foreman hit harder than himself. He said I would have to really generate power. He said what knocked people out for me was my speed. And Foreman just had them. Even Foreman said his punches were the kind that would just damage your brain. Foreman, man. I still got to see his movie. I still haven't seen his movie. But like I said, I knew Frida Foreman, his daughter. We were pretty good friends. Talked on the phone. And I forget his other daughter's name, but we only talked over Facebook. The Blue Barons, yes, yeah, George Foreman, man. Especially the older George Foreman. That older Foreman was a tough man to deal with. Riddick Bowe versus Frank Sanchez. I got Riddick again. Frank is good, but I keep not forgetting, but I keep pointing out the fact that he got kind of wobbled against somebody he shouldn't have got wobbled against. And I was like, oh, did we just see a chink in the armor, Mr. Sanchez? Is that what we just saw? So I think, and he wasn't even near as big as Riddick Bowe, so you can imagine what Riddick would do. Charlene says, do you think the Tyson Fury versus Usyk fight will happen? Yeah, I think it'll happen because you see Fury dropping all the weight, plus Mr. Turkey over there made it clear that Fury will have to come up off 10 million if he pulls out. So it's like, and I don't think he wants to play with them over there. They're like, they're making an offer you can't refuse. Like, you will fight or you will be patting your own pockets. Yeah, they don't play that over there. He's like, you're not gonna make me look bad. If I say a fight's happening, it's happening. Stallion Coy says, we're in the limelight zone for boxing. Nothing stays great forever. Yeah, that's a good point. Lennox Roos says Sugar Ray Leonard versus what is that last part? Waiting for it. Oh, I can't even. It'll move up in a second. Sugar Ray Leonard versus Aaron Pryor. Ooh, that's a toughie. Ooh, maybe Sugar Ray by split decision. How do you know about Aaron Pryor? From the video games? Uh, yeah, Aaron Pryor is way before your time. The Blue Baron says, do you think Mayweather's style of boxing waiting for I got this bar on my screen at the bottom. I don't know how I got there, and it just comes and disappears. And I'm okay. Now I can read it. Do you think Mayweather's style of boxing would have worked at heavyweight? I personally don't. Not very long because he had hand troubles in his later career, so he could punch in his earlier career, but then when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, then when he turned to Money Mayweather, he developed a great defense to make up for the lack of he couldn't punch as hard because of his hands got brittle. So you can't really last too long at heavyweight without true punching power. For one, it's wear and tear on your body because mostly all your fights are going to go to distance if you don't get KO. And having 12 round fight after 12 round fight is draining. That's why Evander Holyfield today isn't as athletic as Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson didn't have so many wars. Mike Tyson got people out of there most of the time really quickly. So Mike Tyson doesn't have the same wear and tear on the body. There's a page called Jesse on Fire where he was showing the difference in Holyfield training right now and Mike Tyson training. The difference in speed. He was showing the difference in speed between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Jake Paul's nowhere near as fast as Mike Tyson, and you can throw that age garbage out of it. Mike Tyson would completely blast Jake Paul. 16-ounce gloves and all. And what's up with Malik Scott talking about Deontay Wilder lost because of the ayahuasca? It took away some of his hunger and all that. If you knew that, why did you let the guy smoke? Didn't you tell him, hey, dude, you might want to put that away. You got a fight coming up. Unless they were just passing it around and hitting the ayahuasca, thinking, oh, we'll be all right on fight night. No, you won't. Tim Witherspoon versus Dillian White. I got Tim big time. Tim is just too tough for Dillian, and his jab is crazy. And Tim Witherspoon is the type of fighter, he didn't waste a lot of energy just with unnecessary bouncing around either. And I'm not just saying that because he's my friend. Shout out to Tim Witherspoon, y'all. The Blue Baron. The white dude who fought Tyson on Tyson's comeback fight now talks like he's got brain damage. Are you talking about Peter McNeely? Jay the Boxer says facts, heavyweight fighters don't last forever. No, they don't, man. It's a brutal sport. And that's why I'm kind of wondering about Joe Joyce, because that dude takes a lot of punches. And watching some of his interviews lately, it seemed like he was having trouble kind of getting his thoughts together. I was like, ooh. Yeah, Peter McNeely, does he really have brain damage? Fun fact, Peter McNeely was supposed to play in Rocky V instead of Tommy Morrison. Jay the Boxer says, in a nutshell, why is he leaving his podcast? Oh, Mike Tyson, I think is just to focus on Jake Paul. Because he sounds like he's kind of getting irritated with people telling him how old he is. And he's like Piers Morgan the other day. Hannity said that Jake Paul was faster than him. And Mike was like, he's not faster than me. It's like Mike's irritated now. So I think he's just focusing on, I think he said he's going to stop smoking. And he said that's going to really make him irritable and make him a better fighter. So Jake's in trouble. And man, if they fought with regular 10-ounce boxing gloves, I know for a fact Jake is getting knocked out. Blue Baron says hardest sport in the world. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that and MMA is hardest sports in the world. Muhammad Ali versus Jack Johnson. I got Ali all day. Too skillful. Jack could punch, but Ali would outthink him in the ring. His ring IQ is way too much. Stallion Coy says, did you watch the Ryan Garcia presser? No, I didn't. I didn't even know there was one. That comment disappeared. Where in the world? The minute you bring up Ryan Garcia, it disappears. Ryan Garcia presser today. I missed it. Going to catch up. Wow, yeah. Do you think anyone struck fear into their opponent and their opponents like Joe Frazier? Yeah, I remember even George Foreman said his legs were shaking before the bell rung with Joe Frazier. You wouldn't have known it by the end results, but yeah, Mike Tyson struck fear into people like nobody I've ever seen. I mean, I remember them talking about Spink's pulse was like this. Mike was back in the dressing room punching holes in the wall. So yeah, Mike Tyson and their styles were a lot alike. It's just Mike Tyson could hit harder than Joe Frazier. But yeah, Joe Frazier had a big he had a big intimidation factor. And nobody really talks about Joe Frazier either when they talk about the great fighters from the 70s. People just really focus on Foreman, Ali, and later Larry Holmes and that era, Ken Norton. Nobody really gives Frazier his props, unfortunately. Mark Moore says Beterbiev. You got Beterbiev beating Bivol. I mean, I can see that. I got Bivol, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Beterbiev won. I did. Muhammad Ali versus Tyson Fury. Oh, I got Ali all day. Ali versus Muhammad Ali versus Tyson Fury. Yeah, Muhammad Ali. Smoking Joe was a fighting man. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Mark says no. I got Bibble. Okay, yeah, so do I. Garcia acted trashy in this, like he's Tank. He said he never had a broken nose before. Got it broke. Now he said he's going to break Haney's ribs and leave him on a stretcher. Wow. Talk that talk, Ryan. Talk that talk, Ryan. That fight is what, this month? I'm forgetting it's creeping up on us. I was saying before maybe it should be canceled, but it looks like it's going on. But Turbiev is scary. Yeah, that dude can punch, man. Heavy handed for real. You always got to be careful with a heavy handed fighter because he can end it at any moment. Charlene says Jake's gonna feel it fighting a weed deprived, irritable Tyson. Yeah, that's kind of what Tyson's saying. Like if he stops all the smoking, he's gonna be irritable and yeah, he's gonna want to make a statement. Because imagine how offended Mike Tyson is. His brilliant career, and then people see this YouTube guy come out of nowhere and they start picking him over Mike. I don't care if Mike Tyson's 90 years old, he'd knock out Jake Paul. The Blue Baron, you should do a video of your top 10 heavyweights of all time. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I think I should, man. Larry Holmes versus Joe Frazier. I got, man. I got Larry just for the jab, and because Frazier gets kind of hook happy sometimes, and he was a little bit shorter. Not that that always matters, but if you don't jab your way in against a taller guy, it's going to be a long night. Stallion Coy said he's not going in this fight like a boxing match. He's going into it with the mentality to kill. I don't like his aura. Yeah, Mike Tyson's trainer said Jake is training to fight. Mike is training to kill. Mike is that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't get it. Mike was born to box. It's in his DNA. Jake Paul just woke up one day and thought, hey, let me try boxing out. There's a difference when you're born to do something or when you just get in it. That's why you hear a difference in Tupac and these mumble rappers. Tupac had a gift to rhyme. These new dudes are just like, hey, let me see if I can make money rapping so I don't have to get a 9 to 5. There's a difference, and you can hear it in the music. He said he's not going. Oh, I read that already. No, I'm on about Ryan Garcia. He come out with this. Oh, Ryan Garcia, I got you. There will be heavy security before this fight. I can imagine. Yeah, gotta have security on deck. Might want to bring a couple of your street homies too for security. Sugar Ray Robinson versus Charlie. I don't even know who that Charlie dude is, so I'm gonna say Sugar Ray. Where'd you get that name?
Huh?
He's yeah, I don't even know that dude. Nah, I might know him if I see him, but the name's not ringing a bell. But yeah, I'd have to look at some of his highlight reels. But I've seen Sugar Ray Robinson. Out of all the sugars, he was probably the best. There's a lot of dudes named Sugar, man. Guess who is Jamaican but was born in America? Jamaican? Well, there's some rappers. There's some actors that were Jamaican but born in America. So who are you referring to? The Blue Baron says, imagine Mike Tyson and Jake Paul sharing a prison cell together. Yeah, I think Jake might be doing Mike's laundry. Yeah, that would not be pretty for Mr. Jake. Jake would be requested to be like, can you guys switch my cell, please? That would actually be a funny skit. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul sharing a prison cell. Poor Jake. Did you know Garcia and Haney fought a few times in the amateurs? It's even on the fight record, so there's a score to settle. Yeah, yeah. I heard them talking about that in the press conference, and Garcia sounded like he gave um, Mr. Haney a standing eight. So yeah, they got a score to settle. I want Ryan to pull it out, man, but I just hope he's focused. I hope he can't be doing all this drinking and stuff. For one, it just ain't a good look. I mean, you shouldn't be out here talking about I'm a Christian and you smoking and drinking. That's like a mixed message. I don't know if he's doing that deliberately just to seem crazy because he's saying a lot of truths. I mean, heavyweight boxer that is Jamaican descent. I was born in America? Nah, who's that? I know Lennox Lewis is Jamaican, Razor Ruddock, Jamaican, Dillian White, Jamaican, but America? Nah, I don't know. He says laundry, amongst other things. You're talking about Mike Tyson and Jake Paul sharing a cell. Oh man, yeah, that would be absolutely crazy. Stallion Coy says, um, DAZN did a sit down with Garcia. He's so sure he's got too much power for Haney to handle, and no way Pillow Fist stopping him. I think Haney punches a little harder now that he moved up in weight, but I think if Haney wins, it'll be on points. But Garcia is definitely the harder puncher, but he just has to land it. And it's kind of hard to get flush shots on Haney sometimes. Lennox Roos says, what makes a good boxing match to you? Is it good defense and offense or two guys just throwing bombs back and forth the whole fight? I mean, it's more pleasing to the eye to see two guys throwing bombs back and forth, but it depends what you like. I know a lot of the newbies that watch boxing don't want to see no defensive masterclass like Floyd used to put on, but I mean, as long as the dude ain't too defensive, I like to see a little bit of all of that. Great question, son. Stallion Coy says, I think so too. Yeah, man. Go subscribe to my son's gaming channel, Linux Roos. Hopefully he'll be doing sports because he knows his sports. Addery says Mike Tyson is Jamaican. I never knew that. Mike Tyson is Jamaican, but he was born in America. Look on Google. I never knew that. You just dropped some game on me. Wow. Wow. Charlene says, what do you think about women's boxing? Yeah, I saw Layla Ali fight on the undercard of Louis Klitschko. So it depends who's in the ring, you know. If it's two pillow fisted, I wish they'd make it 3 rounds too instead of 2. But if they can swap punches, hey, I'll watch it. I liked how Holly Holm put hands on Ronda Rousey though in the MMA, the UFC. I like that. But I just hate when it's like 2 girls in there just kind of tapping. Well, I don't like that with men's boxing either. Great question, Charlene. Addery says Floyd Mayweather's mother is Jamaican. I didn't know that either. Wow. I did not know that. Wow. Stallion says Haney's been overlooked. I think his boxing really improved, and the win against Loma was impressive. Yeah, man. Yeah, Haney. I didn't like how Haney was acting leading up to that, though. Credit where credit's due. Linux Roos says top 5 light heavyweights of all time. Oh shoot, I don't even know too much about the light heavies. Yeah, I would have to look into that. My son's making my boxing knowledge look kind of suspect right now. Giving me fighters I never heard of. Hey, what do you think about Mick Slawinski? Like who's that, bro? What do you think about Ali's 3rd professional fight? The L Roots theory taking over. Nah, man. Favorite Chargers moment? Oh man, probably when Gary Anderson did that leap opening day against the Miami Dolphins. Leaped like 7 yards in the air, did a somersault, and spiked the ball. We were like, wow. And there was no instant replay then because I think he might have stepped out of bounds, but I think the refs knew if we call this back, there's going to be a riot because the crowd went nuts. So that was one of my favorite moments in the leap from John Jefferson in the end zone. I know I'm speaking way before you guys' time. That was the 80s and the late 70s. Stallion Coy says, did you see AJ apologize to Usyk about how he handled the second loss in his ranting interview? Usyk said he accepts it and respects AJ. I saw the headline of the video, but I didn't actually watch it, so I'm going to have to check that out. That was pretty big of AJ to apologize. But it showed AJ's passion, and that's what I like because people are always like, oh, he's not hungry anymore. Like, you don't stay in shape all the time and then cry after a loss if you're not hungry. If you're not hungry, you're just like, hey, whatever, where's my check? But that showed that AJ cared, even if people were like, oh, that was messed up. It's like, dude, he showed he was passionate. You guys want everything. Like, when you're passionate, then you're doing too much. Then when you're not passionate, oh, you don't care. You can't please everybody. Razor Ruddock versus Dillian White. I got Razor Ruddock, the uppercuts. I seen Razor Ruddock nearly decapitate Michael Dokes with a hooker cut. It was like a half uppercut, half hook. If you don't believe me, go check out Razor Ruddock versus Michael Dokes. If he hit Dillian with that, not only is Dillian getting knocked out, but he'll be in the ER the next day, or the same night, I should say, and the next day. But yeah, Razor Ruddock, like Mike Tyson said, he hits like a mule kick. Yeah, Razor Ruddock gave Mike all kind of problems. He didn't give Razor didn't give Lennox Lewis no problems. Not in the pros. AJ is one of the few heavyweights that could compete in the 90s, and there's not many, in my opinion. Yeah, I think he could too, because especially this new AJ. Yeah, he could compete definitely. When you're a big athletic guy and you can punch, yeah, you're tough for any era. Quan Big Guns in the house. He says, "What's good, Jay Roos? What's good with you, man? Appreciate you coming through." Uh-oh, we got Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more in the building. He says, "Hey, Jay Roos Theory, what's up? What's up with you, man?" Bruce Gas, y'all. Go subscribe to my dude Bruce if you haven't. Bruce and Jay Roos. About to let loose. Lyrics. Lyrics. See, he gives you jazz. I give you bars. See that? Dropping bars on him. No, man. Anthony Joshua versus Razor Wright. Ooh. That's a tough one, man. I got AJ. AJ. Some shaky moments for both guys, though. I think it would go the distance, though, possibly. I think both guys might get knocked down. I got AJ. Lennox Roos says, other than Lennox Lewis, what boxer do you think could have done great in any era? Mike Tyson could have, George Foreman, the older George Foreman. Ike Abeabuchi, definitely. Ike. David Tua. Yeah, great question. Who else? Evander Holyfield, he would have done great. Ali, of course. Yeah, Ali. Michael Moore, I don't know about Michael Moore. He seemed like he didn't even like boxing. Quan Big Gun says, I don't see AJ retiring in 2 years. He probably won't. He probably won't. I remember Oscar De La Hoya said when he retired, he's going to get into, what's that, like designing houses. You see, he ain't done it. He's a promoter. Yeah, sometimes how these fights are scheduled so far apart, they force you to stay longer than you wanted to just to get the fights you want. After AJ KO's Fury, he'll want Usyk again. I remember somebody left a funny comment when AJ said he was going to retire in 2 years. Someone said, "Oh, great! Now Fury will say I'll fight him in 3 years." Then lets Fury know how long he has to duck AJ. Are you retiring in 2? Well, we'll get it on in 3. Calzaghe for me, if I had to pick one fighter to no matter the division, oh yeah, I forget it. Yeah, he's a G. Calzaghe was a G. That dude put a beating on Jeff Lacey. Like, man, yeah, that was a one-sided fight. Adore says Muhammad Ali in this area of heavyweights. I think he would do good. He's not near as big as these guys, but I mean, the fact that he was so fast would give these guys problems. A lot of these real super big 6'8" heavyweights aren't the fastest in the world. So yeah, Ali would be a problem in this era. Quan says, I think Fury will retire before AJ. He might, especially if he loses to Usyk. And what if he loses to Usyk by KO? You know, the Furies don't like losing. They're all fighting men, travelers. They do not like losing. So if he loses to Usyk, he might want some get back, and then say he gets a rematch and loses again. Yeah, he'll probably really call it a day. If he wins, he'll probably keep fighting. I still don't think he really is too eager to fight AJ though. Can anyone imagine if Muhammad Ali was a southpaw heavyweight boxer? He probably switched to southpaw sometimes because he was tricky. But yeah, he'd have been a handful even more. Ali was just so lightning fast. Ali had like a lot of presence about him too. Like people were just drawn to him. Little children would run up to him on the street, and he always took time for the children. Charlene says, "Do you think Tyson Luke Fury is the same fighter?" Uh, I think he is. I think Ngannou just made him look kind of suspect for whatever reason, but I think he is. I mean, Wilder got the worst end of that deal fighting Fury than he did. I know the third fight was rough for him, but he still pulled it out. So yeah, I think he's the same fighter. We'll really know after the Usyk fight, which is coming up pretty rapidly. Mark Morris says Calzaghe was great, but he didn't really get many of the big fights until the end of their career. He beat an excellent prime Kessler, though Kessler was my favorite fighter at the time. Yeah, a lot of fighters don't fight these guys when they're considered at their best, so that can kind of taint how they're seen through history. Unfortunately, sometimes it's just the politics of boxing that holds these big fights up. But Mr. Turkey in Saudi Arabia is like, I'm not having it. I'm putting the best against the best. I am not having it. Quan Big Gun says the Furies are overrated. John was getting KO'd on a regular basis. It's on YouTube. John wasn't even a journeyman. Tommy is not a fighter, and Tyson is the biggest con man. Tell us what you really think, Quan. Yeah, Big John Fury wasn't the best. I think easily Tyson Fury is the talented one in the family. Tommy Fury beat Jake Paul, but I wanted him to stop Jake Paul. I think Tommy's okay. I just wish he had more power. I mean, he's powerfully built. He looks like he could do some damage, but he just doesn't have that. Either he doesn't have it or he's just not sitting down on his punches, one or the other. Stallion Coy says, any boxing on tonight worth watching? Yeah, this is Friday. Uh, Not that I know of, but you might want to check the Zone or maybe ESPN or ESPN Plus or PBC Amazon. I think that's just pay per view. So yeah, not that I know of, unfortunately. The WWE Hall of Fame induction is tonight. Oh yeah, I'm sure my son will be checking that out. Who? Muhammad Ali. Oh, for his wrestling match. Oh, y'all know Ali was in the WWE Hall of Fame. I didn't know that. See, my son be dropping knowledge on my dome piece. Oh, he's Muhammad Ali's getting inducted tonight to the WWE Hall of Fame. See, I didn't know that. Breaking news from my son, Lennox Roos. Wow. John Fury had 8 wins and 4 losses. Wow, that was his career. I think Paulie from Rocky, Burt Young, had a better record than that. Stallion Coyce is going to check. I'm having a little bet. Laugh out loud. Who you betting on? Adorasis, can anyone imagine if Terrence Crawford was a heavy? Oh man, Terrence Crawford was a heavyweight, man. His phone would not be ringing. People be like, nah, I'm not. Yeah, I got a hangnail. I can't fight. Yeah, my leg was tripping, or I would fight him. You know what I mean? Or I was smoking ayahuasca, so yeah, yeah, isn't it? Stallion Coyce is nice. Lennox Roos says, do your favorite wrestlers as a kid that you remember watching? I do have favorite wrestler. Uh, I would probably say I liked when Hulk Hogan and Mr. T would team up. There used to be a thing called Friday Night Main Event, and Mr. T would be on there sometimes. So probably just like Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage and them dudes. Jimmy Superfly Snooker. Yeah. I used to like what's his name, Razor Ramon. He came along a little later. Stallion Coy says horses at moment got my first winner on first. Might hit and run like Mayweather. Are you betting on horses? Oh, okay. They do a lot of that in Del Mar. It's like in the county of San Diego. We hold the Del Mar Fair every June through July. Charlene says Roman Fury confuses me, looking like Tyson and Tommy at the same time. Yeah, there's a lot of Furies, man. Just when you think you've seen them all, here comes another one. They are not playing around with having the cheering. The cheering. Mark Morris says the Rockers. The Rockers?
Anchor was trained by them.
Oh, the wrestlers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't remember them for some reason. Golden Gate I was on. Oh, okay. Lennox Roos says, yeah, the Rockers train one of my friends. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, they train up here? Oh, I didn't know that. The Rockers train one potential up here in Georgia, I found out. WWF versus WCW. Let me ask my son, who you got?
WWF.
My son says he got WWF, so I gotta go with him on that. He knows way more about wrestling than me.
You know, I was like the Monday Night Wars, like that Attitude Era when they went back and forth.
Oh, okay. I went to one match back in like 2002. The Rock was Dwayne Johnson. I don't like calling him The Rock. Stone Cold was there. It's not the same in person. Like you don't hear the announcing. The announcing is what makes it. And the pyrotechnics and all the lights. It's like okay.
Like the King of that?
I don't know. Yeah, it's like I like hearing the reactions of the announcers. You can't hear that in person. But I recorded it while I was at the event, so I went home later and checked it out.
I remember the announcer today. He's like, that's disgusting.
Yeah, see stuff like that. That's disgusting. I used to like listening to Jesse the Body announce. You know, as be getting into it with McMahon. Like, that's perfectly fair, McMahon. Oh, come on, Jesse. That's perfectly fair, McMahon. Yeah, they're real slow, deep voice. The Rock would have been a good fighter with that Samoan chin. You know, there was a Samoan that didn't have that great of a chin named, what was his name? Something Tiger from the 90s. He didn't have that good of a chin. In fact, Chris Bird beat him. I don't know how. James Thunder. I said Tiger. It was James Thunder. He was Samoan, but he didn't have that classic chin of the Samoans. He didn't have that David Tua chin. Could punch a little bit, but he didn't have that chin.
He had the top at least.
Yeah. Stallion Course says I'm on some USA betting site. Minute withdrawals, $100 in pounds, I guess. Laugh out loud. Right, got to get to. So you trying to increase that bank account, huh? I used to actually work at Saquon Casino in San Diego. We weren't allowed to do anything because we worked there. Are you going to say you're at work? Oh, I got you. Trying to get my weekend hustle on. Yeah, I forgot this was Friday. Certain days have a certain feel to them. I'm thinking this is like a Wednesday or something. But yeah, I hope AJ sticks around for more than 2 years because I really like watching him fight, especially this version. I just rewatched the Ngannou fight today, and man, he took that dude's head off. Lennox Roos says Dwayne Johnson came back and fighting at WrestleMania 40. Is tonight? That's WrestleMania 40? Yeah, Dwayne Johnson is back. Finally. Finally. Dwayne Johnson has come back.
Oof. You're not gonna know.
You see? I remember Rikishi versus Yokozuna.
Yokozuna.
I kind of remember him a little bit. Is Rikishi the one that used to?
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude was nasty. I used to be like, how in the world would like volunteer for what he used to do?
Yoko will probably win.
I got Yoko because my son said Yoko. Oh
She's
no.
500 pounds.
500 pounds. Was he Samoan too?
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder. Quan Big Gun says Thunder got KO'd twice early in his career in the UK. You're right, his chin wasn't that good. Yeah, 7 losses by KO in his career. Yeah, James Thunder. I didn't even like watching him because all he would throw was hooks. I remember watching him like for a whole fight, and he just don't jab. I was like, what are you doing? Like, and someone like Chris Bird will just eat you up if this is all you're doing all night. Just hook, hook, hook. Chris Bird was just piecing that dude up. Stallion Coy says Big Show versus Big Shaq in a boxing match. Who wins and why? I got Shaq.
Oh.
In a boxing match? Shaq is more
Oh,
athletic.
yeah, he's.
In wrestling, Big Show, yeah. I think Witherspoon fought Thunder. Did he? I'm gonna have to go check for that. I'm pretty sure. I think he did. Didn't James Thunder win that though? How in the world did Thunder beat Tim Witherspoon? If he did win, I think he did win. How in the world did that happen? James Thunder beat Tim Witherspoon?
Yeah, he beat Thunder. Yeah, Thunder beat him.
Wow. Wow. I'm gonna have to ask Tim, like, what was going on that night, Chief? Like, James Thunder? Wow. That is interesting. Morningwood Ferry. Interesting name. Interesting name. Such a Lewis copycat. Who's a Lewis copycat? Mr. Ferry? Or Miss Ferry? I don't know. Mr. Stallion Coy says Shaq's done an exhibition. Yeah, with Shane Mosley. He got on his knees. It was the same size as Sugar, yeah. Oh, Morningwood says AJ. AJ does say a lot of things that Lennox Lewis says. I've noticed. I've noticed some like one-liners that he said. I'm like, Lewis said something like that, very similar. So I know what you're saying. I call you MWF. Bruce Gass says that was when he was just going through the motions. Gotta go, bro. Peace. Oh, thanks for coming in, Bruce. So he's saying Tim was just going through the motions when he fought James Thunder. Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, I know Tim Witherspoon had more skills than James Thunder, especially better ring IQ, and I think he was a harder puncher too. Quan Big Gun says Big Shaq would KO Big Show. Big Show is slow and looks unathletic because he can't even move out of his own way. Shaq has fast hands and can move on his feet. Yeah, that NBA, to play in the NBA, you got to be athletic, all that running and jumping. So, yeah, them dudes are in good shape in the NBA, even if they don't always look it. Big Show's in good shape too, but that's a different kind of athleticism, in my humble opinion. If you say you're humble, are you really humble if you say you're humble? Or shouldn't other people call you humble? Should you call yourself humble? See, that's something to think about. One to grow on. Lennox Roos says, I don't think there will ever be another streak like Andre the Giant. He went 15 years without being pinned in any sport. I did not know that. That dude was huge. He played Bigfoot in the $6 Million Man, if y'all remember that show. I think someone else played him in some scenes, but I think he was the first one. Primo Carnera did wrestling as well. Boxers seem to do this stunt at the end of their career. Ali, Tyson, Primo, Fury, Mike Tyson did Stone Cold. Yeah, it's like, I guess, a quick way to make money, you know, and it brings a lot of attention to your name as well.
Tyson did it like
Yeah, he was a couple. Yeah, went back when he flipped off Stone Cold. No, Stone Cold flipped him off, and then Mike pushed
he
him.
came back though, like in 2010.
Oh, he did. Big Show is just a big dude that moves in slow motion. In WWE, he never does fast or explosive moves. 7'4"
Omos,
Omos would manhandle most heavyweight boxers. That's a wrestler?
7'4", like 400 pounds, but he's not fat. He's slim.
Really? Oh, I know. Is that to do
Yeah.
with the long chest?
That's the Great Khali.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like black.
Wow, I haven't seen that guy, but my son, he knows who it is.
I'll show. Hold on, show you.
Stallion Coy said, whilst we on wrestling subject, they had Rey Mysterio's height. Big Show must be 9 feet. Rey Mysterio's actually from where I used to live in Chula Vista, California. Rey Mysterio. That's why, you know, he's got that old school Mexican wrestling mask.
Look, see.
Let me
He's
see
not
what he
fat
looks
though.
like.
He's 400 pounds.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that dude's 400 pounds. I've never seen a dude that athletically built at 400 pounds. Wow. Yeah, he's quite a specimen. He's quite a unit, as they say in the UK. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, they state Mysterio was 6 feet. He's 5'4". They say Rey Mysterio was 6 feet?
No.
Yeah, he ain't no 6 feet. Absolutely not.
He's not.
Hmm?
I don't think they said that because they even said he's the biggest little man because like they know he's like.
It probably depends on the site. I've seen a lot of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Rey Mysterio definitely ain't no 6 feet. Ain't no way. WWE PG era was horrible. You know what the PG era was?
It was like 2009 to now.
You-
It's like
It was like boring.
yeah, they couldn't cuss or anything like Vince. That's what it was like.
Oh, back when they were all politically correct. I think they do go too far though. They say a lot of crazy stuff on wrestling.
They don't now because Triple H is Vince Jones.
Yeah, they might want to ease back on that with all the stuff coming down on Mr. McMahon. Wow, looks like I'm losing my lighting. Yeah, this era is better, Lennox says. You tell me, son. Tell me what it is. Earthquake versus Yokozuna. Only messing the ring wouldn't hold up past the first round. Yeah, the ring would be getting the worst end of that deal. Anthony Joshua. Wait, let me.
Anthony Joshua versus The Rock.
And Kevin Hart. You can see.
Overwhelming The Rock, but he's. I need to fix it, whatever it is. So it's bottom.
Man, it's about to. This is Kevin Hart. You can see AJ overtowering The Rock for at least. Yeah, I remember that. When I saw AJ standing next to Mr. Johnson, I was like, there's no way The Rock is 6'5", and Joshua was that much taller than him. You know, I noticed that. I noticed Dillian White standing next to Wardley, too. I'm like, Dillian is not 6'4". Not at all. A lot of actors, though, wear lifts in their shoes, I understand. A lot of male actors. Who is your son's favorite fighter? Who's your favorite fighter, son?
Wrestling.
Are you talking about wrestling or boxing? Well, who's your favorite boxer?
All time.
All time.
Probably Lennox Lewis.
He said probably Lennox Lewis. Ah, great answer. Who's your favorite wrestler?
John Cena.
He says John Cena is his favorite wrestler. Da, 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 da. Your time is up. My time is now. You can't see me. Knock your shell off. Plus, I can't take the swell off. John Cena got bars, man. What's that?
I said, yeah, he said boxing.
Oh, yeah, boxing. He said Mr. Lennox Lewis, the pugilist specialist. Great question, Quan. Stallion says wrestling was good in the 90s. It got dramatized too much, a bit like Jackie Chan's movies from Hong Kong to America. I think the risk factor was the reason they had to compensate and throw in some comedy. That's a good point. I remember when I first started hearing Jackie Chan, I was working at FedEx at the time, and I think it was Rumble in the Bronx people kept talking about. 1996 Undertaker with the purple attire was my all-time favorite. Did you see that?
Yeah. That was with Paul Bear.
I think the Undertaker, ain't he a Christian now? The Undertaker? Yeah, I'm glad he's a believer in the Most High now. Guess he had enough darkness.
That was his wife who made him. He said when he went to church, he thought he was going to, because they're going to sit in the front. He said when he got to church, he thought the preachers would be like, see, this is the fireball. Like,
Wow.
Everything.
Wow. I got to hear that. Watch Police Story 1 and 2 dubbed in English. Oh, okay. I haven't heard of that one. Haku is a very tough man. Haku?
You might be independent. I don't know.
I don't know him. This. Are you talking about wrestling or boxing?
You said the stunts are on real YouTube. The shopping malls jump.
You know that?
In the movie. No, in the movie. He's saying
Oh
the
yeah,
stunts.
yeah. Jackie Chan stunts are that dude. Yeah, that dude. He did most of his own stunts. I used to watch the bloopers from Rush Hour when he was doing the stunts. No, I'm talking about Jackie Chan's Police Story 1. Yeah, I got you. Jackie Chan's Police Story 1 and 2. The storyline's sick. I have to check that out. I know there was an old TV show when I was tiny called Police Story with Angie Dickinson. See, I go way back, y'all. But I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I've been running my pie hole for a long time here. It's been great chopping it up with Stallion, Coy, Addery, Jada the Boxer. Like I said, go subscribe to her boxing platform. She's a female boxer and she loves the Most High, Yahweh, Yeshua. And yeah, shout out to Charlene. I think there's 2 Charlene. Shout out to y'all. Go subscribe to my son's gaming channel, Linux Roos. Shortly, it'll be a sports channel, I do hope. And gaming, sports and gaming, Linux Roos. You heard it here first. Good man, you thank me later. Watch it with your son. Okay, man, I got to do that. I mean, Haku Ming, the wrestler, is a very tough man. You know him? Haku?
No, I'll look into it though.
Wow, you must have really went back. Even for my son not to know him, man, you must have really.
He might not be old. He just might be in the independent.
Is he independent or WWE? Man, it's getting dark in here, man. I need better lighting.
What happened to that? Remember those lights we had? We bought on the wall and you tap it and turn on.
Oh, they were kind of dull. I think I left them. I want to get them like bulbs that like droop across the ceiling. I like those.
You're calling something. I forgot.
Well,
No,
like,
shut
like bulbs.
up. On the light. No, they're like
dip like a rope.
yeah, it's like a stretch of
Yeah,
just lights on
like
it.
bulbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Not
that.
bulbs, but small, independent. Yeah, I don't.
Well, I like the bulbs. They look like light bulbs. Like I've seen them in music videos from the 90s. People usually have them on their roof.
You said independent. Yeah, I'll just see about that.
Yeah, my son will check to see what that is. I think I missed some of you guys' comments. If I missed it, just when I'm get off here, just put it in the comments section. I'll respond. Oh, he said he's independent.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why my son doesn't know. But we'll definitely look into who that is. I'll link you up later if I find it on YouTube. Yeah, do that, man. I'd be interested in seeing who you're talking about.
They're just talking about the movie.
Oh, the movie. Yeah. I got you. Getting my commenters mixed up here.
I know they'll stop streaming.
I know they stopped all that streaming.
Or you have to pay for it.
Wow. Yeah, they try to charge for everything. Next to be trying to charge for oxygen. Should be against the law to charge for water. Like, really? Something we need? Wow, Dungeon of Doom. You know WCW, Dungeon of Doom, you know that?
I haven't watched WCW. I need to go back and watch.
Yeah, see, you dropping some knowledge on us, man. But I'm going to go ahead and get off here. Thanks for watching, y'all. LSR forever. Make sure to comment, share, subscribe. Remember, Yahweh, Yeshua reigns supreme. And be fearless. Yay.